If you are a man over 45 and you've noticed the classic triad, more frequency, a weaker stream, and that dreaded 3 o'clock a.m. wake-up call, I need you to stop scrolling and listen. The burning question isn't just, is this normal, but why is this happening now? Most men reassure themselves with the biggest lie in men's health. It's just part of getting older. As a urologist, I am here to tell you clearly, age is not the villain. Age is merely the trigger. The gun was loaded decades ago. There is a specific silent driver, a biological mechanism repeated every single day that fuels prostate growth and inflammation. It is not bad luck, and it is not just genetics. It is a direct consequence of a habit you might be doing right this second without even realizing it. This hidden factor turns a healthy, dormant prostate into a growing obstruction. In this video, I am going to reveal exactly what this number one reason is, why mainstream advice often misses it, and how you can hit the brakes on this process before it dictates your entire life. Let's dismantle the most dangerous myth in men's health, the idea that an enlarged prostate is inevitable. This mindset is a trap. It causes men to surrender exactly when they are in the golden window to protect and restore their function. In clinical reality, age is rarely the architect of the problem. Age is simply the whistleblower. It reveals the damage that has been quietly accumulating while you weren't looking. Think of it this way. When you are in your 20s and 30s, your body is a master of compensation. Your pelvic floor is strong, your nerve reflexes are sharp, and your bladder can push through resistance. Your body effectively masks the problem. But after 45, that ability to compensate fades. The structural integrity begins to crack. Suddenly, decades of silent stress break through the surface. This is why so many men feel like their health collapsed overnight, when in fact, the storm has been gathering for years. So we have to ask the critical question. What exactly has been building up against the dam day after day, pushing your prostate to its breaking point? Here's the revelation regarding the number one reason. It is not just hormones, and it is not just bad genetics. The true culprit is chronic mechanical stress. Specifically, it comes from a lifetime of improper habits. Years of power voiding, straining to force the stream, holding urine until it hurts, and disrupting your body's natural reflexes. Think of your abdomen as a hydraulic piston. Every time you push to urinate faster, you force massive intra-abdominal pressure directly down onto the delicate tissues of the pelvic floor and the prostate. At first, your body adapts, but just like skin forms a callus when rubbed repeatedly, your prostate and pelvic tissues respond to this constant pressure by thickening, stiffening, and becoming chronically inflamed. This is a defense mechanism gone wrong. The danger is that this is a squeeze. There is no sharp pain, no fever. You feel nothing until decades later when the tissue is so thick that it chokes the urethra. You wake up thinking the problem suddenly appeared at 45, when in reality, it is the cumulative result of thousands of micro-traumas you inflicted on yourself every time you visited the bathroom. To understand why this is happening now, you have to understand the body's timeline. Before age 40, your body functions like a machine with perfect shock absorbers. Your error correction systems are firing on all cylinders. The pelvic floor is elastic, nerves are sharp, and the prostate easily tolerates repeated pressure. You could get away with bad habits because your body was masking the damage. But after 45, those shock absorbers wear out. Tissues lose their snap, reflexes slow down, and the body enters a phase we call decompensation. This explains why so many men tell me, "Doctor, I don't understand how it changed so fast." In reality, nothing sudden happened. What you are experiencing is the tipping point of a process that has been silently unfolding for 30 years. You are simply seeing the invoice for decades of wear and tear arriving all at once. And here's the most critical realization. When the prostate can no longer tolerate that daily mechanical pressure, it is forced to physically alter its structure to survive. It creates more tissue to withstand the load, essentially toughening up to protect itself. Tragically, this structural defense is exactly what ends up blocking your flow and causing the symptoms that brought you here today. Here are the whispers you are likely ignoring because they feel normal. You go more often but produce less volume. You stand at the toilet, ready to go, but you have to wait several seconds for the stream to start. We call this hesitancy. You finish up, zip your pants, but walk away with that nagging sensation that you aren't truly empty. These signs don't hit you all at once like a heart attack. They creep in. It is the classic boiling frog effect. The changes are so gradual that you adapt to them, you normalize the struggle, and that adaptation is your enemy. It allows the mechanical damage to deepen while you sleepwalk through it. By the time the symptoms are impossible to ignore, your prostate has been subjected to years of improper pressure. But here's the good news, and listen closely. You're standing at a crossroads right now. At this stage, simply correcting your daily mechanical habits can often reverse the pressure and restore flow without aggressive treatment. But choose to ignore these signs a little longer, and the path forward almost strictly leads to a lifetime of medication or a date with a surgeon. The choice is yours. So how do we fix this? How do we undo years of mechanical stress? In the next video, I will teach you the exact decompression techniques to urinate correctly and relieve the burden on your prostate immediately. If you recognize yourself in what you've just heard, please do not panic. This isn't a death sentence, it is a signal. It is your strategic opportunity to intervene before it's too late. Remember, your prostate isn't failing simply because the calendar says you are older. It is struggling because, for decades, it has been under a mechanical assault, pressure you were never taught how to manage. But here's the incredible news. Your body is far more resilient than you realize. It wants to heal. It just needs you to stop the harm and give it the space to recover. So how do we do that? In the next video, I'm going to walk you through the specific decompression protocol. The exact habits men over 45 must change immediately to release that pressure, double your flow strength, and finally sleep through the night. If you want to protect your future without depending on a lifetime of medication, stay with this channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, and remember this final truth. Men's health doesn't disappear in silence. It disappears when we refuse to listen to what our bodies are screaming. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I'll see you in the next video.